Hi there, and welcome back to tonight's sleep story. I'm Matt Walker, your guide once again, and I'm here just to help you find peaceful and restful night's sleep. A partner and sponsor of today's podcast is Shopify. I'll announce the link right away, which is shopify.com/Matt Walker. Why Shopify? Well, as someone who spends his days researching sleep, the idea of selling merchandise was quite daunting, and we're going to start with some exciting t-shirts, with all proceedings going to a new sleep education charity. I knew the designs and materials, etc., but how on earth was I going to get these sleep merch items into your fantastic hands? I asked around, and everyone had the same answer. Shopify.com. It turned out to be remarkably simple, without any previous retail experience, and I mean zero. I was able to set up and activate my store effortlessly. Anyway, you're new to selling and want a hassle-free solution, try Shopify with a $1 per month trial at shopify.com/Matt Walker. Again, that's shopify.com/Matt Walker. So let's just take a moment together and let go of the day's events, just releasing them, and we're just going to prepare ourselves for a tranquil journey into sleep. And this evening, we're going to embark on another voyage with the dreamer. So just make yourself comfortable, and if you haven't already, just close your eyes and let's begin. I understand that right now you may be feeling as though it's tough to unwind after the long day that you've had. You're carrying maybe some responsibilities. But now, for the night, this is your time. Nobody else's. And so just find a position that feels nice and comfortable, just right. And then with me, I want you just to take a nice deep breath in, and then just slowly release it out. Nicely done. And if you want, you can just try that a few more times. Deep breath in, and then slowly release. And for tonight's story, the dreamer is going to set out on a new journey, ready to bring comfort and some sleep solace to another soul in need. And this evening, we're going to visit a busy coastal town. And in that town, there lived a woman by the name of Sophia. And Sophia was a painter, and despite her quiet demeanor, she was known for her vibrant and expressive works. And she just tried to capture the beauty of the world around her. But lately, she had found herself struggling to create. And her days were filled with activity, but yet her nights were restless. And like so many of us, her mind was unable to quiet down. And she lay in bed each night, her thoughts racing, just filled with ideas that wouldn't settle. Just those concerns that we all have that cling to us sometimes like shadows. And one evening, Sophia sat by her window, just watching the waves crash against the shore. the dreamer appeared. The boat just floated silently through the night air, with a gentle presence that seemed to be made of the softest wood, just glowing faintly in the moonlight. At that point she realized that the dreamer had come for Sophia. This gentle sailboat had sensed her need for rest and the peace that had been eluding her. As it got closer up on the beach, its sail was barely moving. In the breeze that was now settled around it, almost as though it didn't want to disturb the stillness of the night. And with curiosity, Sophia stood and opened the window and just leaned out to get a better look. And as soon as she saw the dreamer there on the beach, Sophia felt an inexplicable sense of calm wash over her. As if there was something about the boat that called to her. Something that promised relief from the turmoil in her mind. And without hesitation, she wandered into the warm night air, down onto the beach. And she reached out to touch the smooth wood. And as she did, the dreamer seemed to respond by opening its sail wider. And just inviting her to step on board. And as Sophia climbed into the boat, feeling a strange but comforting weightlessness, she settled down onto the wooden bench. And just at that moment, with a gentle wave, the dreamer lifted off the ground. And just started to carry her gently away from the noise and the chaos of the town behind them. And she could already feel the serenity of the night sky starting to support her. And at that point, Sophia felt the tension in her body begin to dissolve. Almost as though the worries that had been swirling in her mind just started to fade away. They were replaced by this deep sense of tranquility. almost matching the lapping sounds of the gentle waves against that smooth wood of the boat. And she started to feel a sense of peace and sleepiness that she hadn't truly felt in weeks. And now, with the ocean so still, yet the dreamer moving so slow, there was no sound but just the gentle whisper of the night sky, and the boat just glided smoothly. As if it were being carried by a current only it could feel. And Sophia knew it was guiding her to a place where she could find the rest she so desperately needed. And the dreamer brought Sophia to a beautiful, secluded cove. And it was there where the ocean met a quiet, sandy shore. And as the boat gently touched on the soft sand, Sophia stepped out, feeling the cool grains of sand beneath her feet. And the cove was bathed in moonlight, with waves lapping gently against the shore. And they created a soothing melody that almost seemed to harmonize with the slow rhythm of her breath. She walked along the shore, the sand cool and comforting under her feet, and she felt the last remnants of her anxiety just slipping away. as though each step was bringing her closer to the peace she had been seeking. And all the while the dreamer stayed nearby, hovering just above the sand. And its presence a reassuring reminder that she wasn't alone. And Sophia found a quite delightful, smooth, flat rock near the water's edge, and sat down. And just let the quiet of the cove envelop her. And for a long time, Sophia simply just sat there, breathing in the fresh sea air, and her mind free from the clutter that had once filled it. And as the night deepened, Sophia felt her eyelids just growing heavy. And the peaceful atmosphere of the cove, combined with the dreamer's soothing presence, had brought her now to the brink of a deep sleep. And she lay back on the rock. The warmth of the stone beneath her from the day's sun just gently holding her. and the cool breeze atop just brushing against her skin, and it just allowed her to drift off. And all the while, the dreamer waited patiently. Waited as Sophie fell into a deep and restful sleep. And there it stayed for the entire night. And just as the dawn was breaking, Sophia woke. And she woke naturally with that sense of deep restoration. After a resplendent night of sleep, and as the dreamer returned Sophia back to the town, and she disembarked, only to look back once, the dreamer began to sail away. its mission fulfilled, knowing that it had brought another soul the rest they needed. And now, as you drift into your own sleep, let the dreamer carry you too. And you can always know that it will take away those worries. Will quiet your mind and guide you to a place of deep, restful sleep. Good night.